Cyclone Freddy, which has wreaked havoc in Madagascar and has left 5 people dead, is headed for the Mozambican Channel, and ultimately it is estimated it will reach the eastern parts of Zimbabwe in the early hours of Friday, the 24th of February. With wind speeds of up to 180 kilometers an hour, the tropical storm has caused floods and has ripped off roofs from houses in Madagascar. It is estimated that it has displaced over 11,000 people. It has flooded homes and destroyed over 2,000 houses. There are now fears that it could strengthen in the Mozambican Channel before making landfall. It could possibly move into mainland Africa, affecting the eastern parts of Zimbabwe, the southern parts, and parts of Matabeleland South. The storm could affect, it is estimated, about 3.3 million people in the 3 countries it is likely to affect in the end. The storm traveled 9,000 kilometers across the Indian Ocean. It is said to have started on 5 February in the northern parts of Australia, in the Timor Sea to be specific. It was reported by the Australian authorities. It has been placed as one of the 5 in known history to have set such a record for track length. This is a phenomenal piece of evidence. It formed further east than the previous cyclone. During its 17-day journey, Cyclone Freddy strengthened, intensifying, undergoing changes, and at its worst, it was a Category 5 cyclone on this Saffir-Simpson scale, that which is used to measure cyclone. It sustained winds of up to 270 kilometers. That is the reason why there was so much massive destruction and so much flooding. Authorities in Harare, the capital city of Zimbabwe, have issued a precautionary statement. Their precautionary measures include the fact that day schools should not conduct lessons and learners should stay at home. People living in areas that are prone to flooding should be on high alert, as there is a possibility of flash floods or localized flooding. For boarding schools, the government has said that no lessons should take place and learners should stay in their hostel. These precautionary measures are supposed to avoid situations that took place a few years ago when Cyclone Idai struck, especially in the Eastern Highlands. People have also been urged not to attempt to cross flooded rivers. Such risky behavior has cost people lives. Transporters and individual car owners should also not try to cross flooded rivers, as there is a danger that the vehicles could be washed away, resulting in loss of life. As we brace for the cyclone, we hope and trust that no further life, no further property will be lost. This cyclone comes in the wake of other cyclones that have struck in the Indian Ocean, especially Madagascar and Mauritius, causing a lot of damage and loss of life. 33 people were confirmed dead in Madagascar. These are worrying figures, and it is hoped that nothing terrible will happen this time around.
Well, welcome to a weather update courtesy of the Met Department. We are currently monitoring Tropical Storm Freddy, which started off over the western parts of Australia, about 5,000 miles away, and has drifted into the Indian Ocean, intensified into a tropical cyclone. But when it made landfall over Madagascar a few days ago, it reduced in intensity and became a tropical storm. Currently, it's over the Mozambican Channel, and we're expecting it to drift westwards into the southern parts of Mozambique. But as it makes landfall, that is at 3 a.m. on Friday in the early hours of the morning, we're expecting the outer bands, which stretch about 500 kilometers from the center of the actual eye of the storm. We're expecting those to be affecting the southeastern parts of the country as of this evening into the early hours of tomorrow morning, giving us considerable rains over areas such as Chipinge as well as Chimanimani into Chirezi district.
All the schools which are likely to be affected in the provinces highlighted in the post-cabinet briefing yesterday, and these provinces include Manicaland, which is usual the pathway to most of the hydrometeorological hazards, southern parts of Masvingo, our Mat South, our Marsh East, our Mashonaland Central, and Harare Metropolitan Province. But this is not to say the other provinces must not prepare. They must always prepare. Remember, we are dealing with a natural phenomenon whose behavior can easily change. So, in as far as the information we got from Zinwa, it highlights the need for all downstream communities in most of the dams to be always on high alert.